Welcome everyone to my new episode of Price Prediction for Dogwifhat cryptocurrency. Talking about it today, sitting nearly $1.6 on the mark, great volume for the last 24 hours, and advancing in a market that is heavy in terms of losing confidence, and of course going through the summer after retracements of 50, 60, 70% of alts is even more difficult. Let's talk about a price action on the daily chart, and then I can also talk about, our episodes of live trading, including the done for you trading and the coaching program that we're having, which is something that I'd like to explain at the end. So what's happening with Dogwifhat? Well, the chart is at the moment having a level of support which is about to be retested. This is a possibility of a double bottom structure below the accumulation zone. Usually and technically that is bullish. Now the outcome of such situation is most likely defined and generated on the BTC's behavior in the upcoming period. If Bitcoin wants to retest those $53,000 lows, Dogwifhat is going to generate a new round of lows, which would not surprise me at all. When it comes down to these meme cryptocurrencies, it is a lot harder to respect the classic technical analysis than the big altcoins or the big BTC out there, which is having a lot of the market reactions based on the technicals. When it comes down to this, guys, a bunch of the movements are generated by an audience which is trading emotionally. So that's totally different, guys, which is why it is a lot riskier to deal with this guys out here. We got ourselves in a very good accumulation stage at the time. We're trading above 2.2 and a confirmed zone. So unfortunately, we did not broke out at the time of hitting the $4 mark here. That rejection was very strong, and it was pretty much the time we got into this liquidity candlesticks where people that got into their longs at that level successfully sold it and broke even, pretty much got rid of their positions that they were holding throughout a market situation with around a 50% decrease at that level, right? So imagine the trauma and the panic they had by getting into at $4 and seeing the market tank in 60 days for about 50%, half of your position. That's quite significant, guys. Now, the first moment they had the opportunity to exit and break even, they did that, which is how we established that high and beginning of June, right there around $4, which is also the place a bunch of the people started to short this cryptocurrency. Indeed, shorting this cryptocurrency, gave out a great opportunity to generate around 60%. And if you put it out on a leverage, 2x leverage, that's 120% on the margin, which is absolutely amazing in a situation that was very clear for a shorting movement and a strong domination towards that, especially that you have pretty much reversed engulfed on bearishness here on your support zone. So you pretty much denied the capabilities of that support zone to react anymore, just like it did back in the day. You completed that action. Everything until that point was pretty much clear towards the downside, and from there as well it was clear that we're going to break the low and go pretty much deep, something that we performed until another engulfing appeared from the bulls. So now it is the moment just to wait it out. That's what you can do, guys. I don't think you have any form of a bullishness going around. At this level, there might be on certain indicator a divergence happening, indeed, but you got to be careful with divergences when BTC could be bearish, right? So when BTC has another 5%, 3% going down, your divergence of your Dogwifhat is going to become non-valuable. What we need to consider ourselves with a micro bullish behavior is the breakout out of the trending line. The green trending line that you have here, you need to break out of that. And of course, you have to survive above the line, whatever retests are going to be put it out, right? So simply, that is the absolute necessity right here. Surviving above and then force a breakout of the major trending line as well, which is going to be a lot harder, of course, but the idea here is pretty much simple. This cryptocurrency is probably going to perform well when we're going to get into the altcoin season. I definitely see a double-digit movement in this cryptocurrency, but I would not be surprised at all to have an opportunity to get it a lot cheaper than the dollar mark, which means that 60, 70 cents, 80 cents Those kind of levels are going to be on the table if we have a very slow summer, and the whole space is going to suffer from that standpoint. These meme coins will pretty much tank more and more than the other altcoins, and pretty much it is the classic behavior that we all expect. If you see an altcoin season, well, double digits must be as a result here, which means, from here or from the dollar mark, you can expect a 10x on an altcoin season. You put it out on a 2x leverage, that's a 20x representation. 20x is definitely not bad, I would say. On 10 grand, you could expect a $200,000 in a few months of Dogwifhat running around quite well. It's a crypto that can fly from, a $5 level that we were all-time high into the $10 quite quickly, right? So just like we were doing back in the day from $2 into $5 quickly, that's how you're going to do from the actual all-time high into the new all-time high, which should represent at least double of the price action that you have as a top of the moment. That's the perspective on the overall approach for this one. You have your Andean oscillator surviving on a range, which is usually indicating that the selling pressure is not increasing at the moment. Indeed, you might have some micro bullishness, but still without seeing our bullish pressure taking advantage and reducing the gap, forcing for a breakout, generating basically that flip into the signal, which is something that we have been failing dramatically on 6th of June. Take a look at that, guys. You had a chance to break the signal line, the yellow line with the green one, and you failed a few times over there. It was clear that you are strongly bearish. So for those guys that have been holding their cryptocurrency at a level of $3.5 and at this level here, right at that level over there, expecting a breakout, they were doing a terrible mistake. If you got into the accumulation side of the market on a decent support zone, there's been many chances out there. You should have sold on levels, above $3 quickly, as fast as possible, by even securing around 20 to 25% on your trade. That would have been needed. Now, this is where we are, folks. Again, enjoy yourselves. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you want to find out more on the serious technical analysis, deep technical analysis, and the rational side of the markets. For those of you that care about proper education on how to trade, which is something complex, comprehensive, I would say, you definitely want to learn that before you proceed ahead trading. You definitely want to make sure that you know how to do this activity before you put your own resources in the market. The best investments you can do are always in education. This is a one-on-one coaching program with me. I'm not saying this is the best option out there. I'm saying that this is something that I perform out of passion, and I'm describing it. Between 4 to 6 weeks, I'll take you by hand and teach you how to trade from A to Z, which is a complex activity. It's not just about a strategy. It's not just about a chart. It's not just about a number. It's definitely a large puzzle with many, many pieces that must function in a specific structure. That structure has to be proven of success. If you take a piece out of this structure and you're trying to utilize it, it will not work. If I take a piece and put it in a different structure, it will not work as well. You have the ability to qualify for a free conversation with me and enjoy with that. At the same time, you can participate in my trades, totally done for you. This is my trading journey, a couple of numbers out here, nothing fancy, just straightforward discussion, totally done for you without any prior fees, just a commission from the pure profits made. Every 7 days paid by you. This is API trading, so we can, you just give access to, you just give permission to execute trades, and that's it. Enjoy, guys. Have a good time, and we talk to you soon.